Today is Monday, July 30th. I know that it's a few days earlier than I would ordinarily do a video, but I'm going to cut the Swiss chard, not all of it, but I'm going to cut the Swiss chard tonight for supper, so I wanted to show you that now, even though it's a little early. But look at how big these leaves are. They're huge. Bye-bye Swiss chard. I still need to weed some more before my garden can be seen. Today is Wednesday, August 1st, and it's exactly 1 year since I started doing garden videos to record what's going on. Let's take a little look-see-look at our onion plants. Well, one, we have this like volunteer tomatillo that came up, and I just let it be, but I did stake it up so it would be a little more sturdy. The onions are looking not bad. I still think they need more water to be big, and the leeks don't look too bad either. Again, volunteer tomato plant. But they're holding their own. Still, my favorite part is this arch. Love the arch. We have the dill over there. We've got the nasturtiums, the petunias, all that. And finally, the tomatoes and everything have started to grow. I do notice that the Jerusalem artichokes finally have some flowers starting. But if you take a look at the little tomatoes, oh, and the yard-long beans are starting too. Like, look at how long these beans are. Not quite a yard long, but long enough. But you can see there's all sorts of little baby guys in here of the different types. They're just like little grapes and little things. Some of them are kind of fun. Different types. The beans are growing up over the top. I hope that by next time it'll be completely covered. But even the tomatoes and things, they're looking pretty good. Look at how tiny this little guy is. Hello, tiny guy. But yeah, that's that. I think the corn is not getting quite enough sun, but maybe we'll get some popcorn stalk out of that. The beans I've picked twice. I really should pick one more time because they're already looking big, but anyway. Oh, here's a weed. I guess let's go over by the peppers. Ew, sweet peppers. They're looking pretty good. That one's pretty sturdy. These ones are kind of cool because I think it was a mix of like colorful peppers. Look at how flat that is. That's neat. Those are like flat. The beets are amazing. Look at how great they look. Like, look at how big and beady these guys are. There's so many beets. The cabbages don't look terrible. And we got tomatoes. What's up, tomatoes? This guy got tall, so I staked him. I think that these are still sweet peppers of some sort. This one's kind of top heavy. I should stake it. But there's a Swiss chard that cut half of. Here is an eggplant or two. There's another little guy hanging out under here. Hello. I think they're kind of cute looking. They look like drops of water, like little teardrops or something. So let's take a look at Mexico for a minute. Mexico went cray-cray. Look how tall things are. The corn, everything. Like, look at this. Look at that. I believe that fence over there is 8 feet tall, and that's easily 3 feet taller than it. Let's just take a little gander at Mexico over here. Holy. The beans are growing very well. There's a bunch of different kinds of pole beans. They're really good, actually. And yeah, there's just a ton of them. And they're climbing up over the corn, and like, look at that over that leaf. It's like taking it over. And they're more prolific than regular beans, I guess. So could take, maybe having a lot of beans. But there's all sorts of different kinds. It was a mix pack of things. If we take a peek in here, there's one, these ants that are on here sting like crazy. Don't touch them. I don't know what kind they are. The tomatillos from the teepee thing have, like, even though I tied them up, it's like, no bueno. Oh, here's ants are getting all over me. Ah! Not that I'm afraid of ants, but they're painful. I forgot what kind of tomato plants these are, because honestly I thought that they would die again, but they're looking pretty good. Quite a few in there. I'm concerned though that there's not much light and air getting in deep in here, so some leaves and stuff are dying. I have not sprayed for blight yet because I just simply haven't had the time. So I am concerned about that in that area and in others. But I mean, the tomato plants are 5 feet tall anyway. They're as tall as me. More beans. The pumpkins they were kind of late bloomers, but I think that the recent heat and humidity allowed them to take off. And so it's just like going like crazy and clinging onto the fence. These corn plants are always falling down. And I don't know if it's an animal. I don't see any animal tracks or if they're just weak or something. Sweet potato is finally taken off. It gets bigger every day with the heat and humidity. And interesting thing is it kind of grows roots into the ground from its little main branches. So I didn't know that. Do now. You can't even see the Cherokee tomato plant. But look at all the tassels on this corn. I hope to have some of that Silver Queen corn. You see peppers happening. The tomatillo, or the, poblano peppers. Yeah, and like the tomatillos are, again, like 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall. So, you can see that there are tomatoes happening in there. But they're hard to find. This tomato plant is the one that looks like the, my Christmas tree effect. There are 3 plants in there because they were real wimpy, but they did finally take off, so now I can't see my tomato trellis, but they're kind of kicking along. Finally, the cucumbers have started, but notice that a fungal disease, I don't know if it's like the white mold or whatever, has kind of taken over and killed some of these ones on this end. It like looks like frost and snow on the base of the plants, and it's killed them. So again, I need to spray for fungi so that one, I don't get blight, and 2, I don't ruin all of my cucumbers. But I just need more time off. But let's take a look at these cucumbers. I mean, the system wasn't ideal, but they liked this better, and they grew a little bit better than last year, as far as climbing is concerned, with a little bit less guidance. So, I think that it's still a work in progress, but they're looking pretty good. I've harvested a few. Like you can see, they kind of can nestle on top or dangle down. But there's another one there. They don't look bad. Once they get a little bit fuller, I hope that the, like, dangling of the cucumbers is a little bit more distinct. This was lettuce that overgrew. We didn't have a single lettuce that was delicious. I take the hammock in when I'm not really using it because I don't want it to get faded and gross and wet and moldy. But finally the vines have started to do something. They do grow a noticeable amount every day. I spend a little bit of time just redirecting the vines off the ground and onto the trellis, and because I want them to be on the trellis and with things dangling down. So things have started a little bit already. This looks like maybe an acorn squash. Oops. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. And there is a pumpkin starting here. So I don't know if this is a gourd. I hope that it is one of the, not a pink princess. Precious, I don't know. One of the pink pumpkins, but I'm not sure. We'll find out when it grows. But, you know, you can see that there are things growing, and we will have gourds and stuff hanging down, so it will get the effect I want. This looks like a zucchini squash, or I'm sorry, a spaghetti squash. Not 100% sure, but looks like that. Okay, so speaking of zucchini, we've had a fair amount, mostly though of the summer squash. I've picked many, but every little plant essentially has some going right now. Well, I guess that was a lie. This one doesn't, and that one doesn't. Well, whatever. But look at how sad it looks. It really needs some fertilizer hardcore right now. I need to fertilize. I just need to suck it up and do it. And again, take the time to do those sort of things. And I don't want to water it or fertilize it without the blight spray because I don't want it to die because of fungal disease. So I have harvested 4 tomatoes. 3 were from Early Girl, which like this one is, and one was the Mortgage Lifter. So more tomatoes. Hello, tomatoes. So these are like little guys. They work okay. That's my piddly amount of basil that happened in Italy, but whatever. Oh, and some mold. So there's that. Whatever. I guess it's my fault that I put this pile of weeds there. But I'm tying up the tomato plants. We've got a random, I don't even know what this vine is, but it's growing off to the side, looks good. The dahlias have bloomed, but did get a little bit of pest damage in their little cage. The Mortgage Lifter tomato doesn't look bad. One thing that's really interesting is that I did harvest a few, and I just let the tomatoes go on here because I was like, whatever. It didn't work the way I wanted to anyway. But I have noticed, I have harvested a few little peas, and these are actually longer beans than I had anticipated, which I think are kind of cool. I've never had Japanese beetles so bad in my life, though. They're getting desperate and eating over here at the garden, not just the raspberries. And, but, you know, the beans in here are kind of cute. So we'll go with that. Yeah, so cauliflower. Wimpy looking celery. Again, like I said, I pulled up all the lettuce. Wimpy looking celery. I did harvest 1 broccoli. But look, some of it's going to seed and stuff. The potatoes don't look that great either. Honestly, I just need to have a vacation and spend more time watering and doing gardening things, because what's the point of having something if you let it get all crappy and in disrepair? It's better just not to have it at all. But anyway, that's that. I just need to take some time off, I guess. Raspberries are almost gone. But there's still a harvestable-ish amount. I did pick a half a quart the other day. And there is more wild ones. I want to make some raspberry wine. Here's the garlic. It looks like, obviously I did take the tops off of all of it about 10 days earlier than last year. And ready to dig up soon. I'm officially out of garlic from last year, so I will start using it as needed. So that's it, really.